Good afternoon, students. My name is Saboni Tara and welcome to my channel. So, Standard 11th, today we will going to start with a new topic that is called balancing of ledger. So, students, we have also solved many of the exercises in the last videos. Till illustration 7 we have completed, correct? So now, without fail, we will go ahead, we will go further. And today we will going to start with a new topic which is called as what? Balancing of ledger account. So what does it means? Balancing of ledger account means totaling both the sides of the ledger account, finding the differences between greater total and smaller total, and recording the differences of the smaller side. So this is what called balancing of the ledger. So the steps what we need to follow while closing the ledger, while balancing the ledger accounts, they are given as below. So the very first point is this: take the totals of both the side. Both the side, if I am talking about both the side means one side is on the left hand side credit and on the right hand side it is called credit. So debit and credit. Debit will be shown on the left hand side and credit will be shown on the right hand side. So this is what called both the sides. On the other hand, find out the differences between both the sides. So if the debit side total is more than the credit side, then the differences will be shown on the credit side by the balance, that is balance carried down, and in particular column, and the differences amount is shown in the amount column. So students, here you will going to understand only when we will going to solve the sum later on. So just make a point that when we will going to calculate the debit side and the credit side, whatever the differences is going to show on any of the sides, we need to write the lower balance by putting by balance carried down. On the other hand, same way, if the credit side total is higher and the debit side is being shown the differences amount, so on the debit side you need to write what? To balance carried down. So you need to make sure that there is one called as a debit and another one is called as credit. So if the balance is less on the debit side, we need to write to balance carried down. If the credit side balance is less, then we have to write by balance carried down. This closing balance of the different ledger account are shown as opening balances of the next period. Closing balance shown on the debit side of the ledger account will be shown as opening balances on the credit side at the beginning of the period as by balance brought down. So with the help of balance brought down, we can also be shown with the closing balance. And the closing balance shown on the credit side of the ledger account will be shown on the debit side of the account as opening balance of the beginning of the period to balance brought down. So I know students, you might be confused with these 3 points, but we will come to know when we will going to solve the sums very clearly. Moving ahead, we will going to start with the another thing which is called balancing of ledger account. That is personal account, real account and nominal account. As we know, these 3 are the major accounts of the ledger. So balancing of the personal account can be shown like this: account may be debit balance or credit balance or nil balance, any of the things. नहीं तो डेबिट बैलेंस में जाएगा, नहीं तो क्रेडिट बैलेंस में जाएगा और नहीं तो नील रहेगा. A personal account having debit balance is a debtor and the credit balance is called as a creditor. So balance of this account is carried forward. It is go ahead with the carry forward. So the debit balance, what do you mean by debit balance? If the debit balance total of the ledger account is more than the credit balance, it indicates what? Debit balance. It means debit balance का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चों? जब भी डेबिट साइड का जो बैलेंस है, अमाउंट है, वो ग्रेटर रहता है क्रेडिट साइड से. इफ द डेबिट is greater than the credit, then the amount will be higher on the debit side instead of credit side. So normally, say for an example, if I am taking an example, this is our ledger. Say for example, cash account. And in this way, this is a credit and this is the debit. So if the balance over here on the debit side is 20,000, 8,000, 2,000. So the total balance would be 30,000. On the other hand, if the balance on the credit side is only 12,000. So the balancing, whatever is come, it is approximately 18,000. So this balance, this entire balance is called as debit balance. Why this is called as a debit balance? Because it is the differences between of this amount with this amount, and that's why the credit balance is less as compared to the debit balance. Henceforth, this 18,000 to be noted as debit balance. On the other hand, vice versa, if I'm talking about again a cash account, and with this cash account, this is a credit side and this is a debit side. If the balance on the debit side is 20,000 and on the credit side it is 28,000 plus 2,000. So the higher amount would be 30,000, isn't it? Yes. But there is a shortfall of this balance. Here we need to write is what? We need to write 10,000 is the shortfall. So this shortfall balance is to be noted as credit balance. So I hope so this particular funda is very much clear in your mind. And this is the only reason they are called as debit and the credit balance. So now, with the help of this illustration, we will going to conclude the things. On 2018, February 1st, sold goods to Raghav of rupees 6,000. On 3rd, received cash from Raghav rupees 5,400 and allow him cash discount of 600. Invoiced goods to Raghav is 14,000. And received from Raghav is 6,000. So this is all about the transaction of February month of 2018. So the journal entry, how it would be. See here, 1st February 2018, sold goods to Raghav. To whom we are selling this goods? We are selling goods to Raghav. That's why Raghav's account debit to sales account, being goods sold to Raghav. Of how much rupees? Of 6,000, isn't it? Of 6,000 on both the sides. So with this, I have completed the first entry. On the other hand, the next entry is received cash from Raghav 5,400 and allow him cash discount of 600. So cash account debit, discount account debit to Raghav's account, being cash received from the Raghav and discount allowed. So students, how much cash has been taken from Raghav is 5400, and on the other hand 600 is the cash discount. So together we are getting what? 6000. So 6000 is given by whom? Is given by Raghav. So this is what the next transaction. So Raghav has given, and we have received the cash 5400 with the discount of 600. So altogether 6000. Moving ahead with the third transaction, that is invoiced goods to Raghav rupees 14,000. So Raghav's account debit to sales account 14,000. As you know, invoiced goods means what? It is one kind of a sold goods. Okay. So that is why here they have told you the transactions very clearly. On the other hand, the very last transaction is this: received from Raghav rupees 6,000. So with the date, what we need to do? Cash account debit to Raghav's account, being cash received from the Raghav, that is 6,000 and 6,000. So if your cash is coming and it is being received, the cash will be debited. The cash will be debited on these two transactions. If we are paying, then the cash will be credited. So as we are the receiver on these two transactions, that's why the cash is being debited. So I guess students, you all might be aware about this video. If you are not understanding, please play again with this video and try to understand the thing. It is very simple and clear. So hopefully this illustration 8 is also done for today's lecture. So kindly solve this lecture video in your notebook and please let me know if doubt is any. Thank you so much for your precious time. Have a nice day ahead. Bye-bye.